And me and my one friend I blocked on stream has cooled down, but I gave him just 2 decisions. Wait until 5 days are over, or he got to redeem his trust, or redeem my trust. But he knows the reason and stuff, and he's fine with it. And we're just good. Oh, I haven't showed y'all my new my new gun that I got. Yeah. Right there. So we're fine, and yeah. What is this though? Books full of knowledge used to evolve survivors and heroes can be found by trying their survivors and heroes for animation rewards. Any rare survivors that want to retire? Not really. Oh yeah, I do. You. You. Yeah. You. It's level 4. I'm just gonna do this one because I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry. So I've got to do this. Yeah. He needs help. He might be on some drugs, something like that, let's just say. Oh my god. That ain't nice. Whoever done that, and
We have a break in the action. Another wave coming soon. Should prepare for an attack from the west.
this is not.
We have a break in the action. Another wave coming soon. Prepare for an attack from the east.
I really want to use this, but my cousin said no. And I would have to pay him $5, and I'm not trying to do that. Oh, I could easily make that. I think, I don't know. I wish. I believe I can fly. Oh. Fudge. I can, but that time I did not jump. Which I don't know why. I only used my double jump ability thing. No, there. Oh, whoa. Yeah. I'm good at sniping. Yeah. I think I should go up there, but yeah, I will. Well, I'm mostly good with this sniper though. Wait. Why do I always do that? Why can I not jump? Why would I even take that shot?
We have a break in the action. Another wave coming soon. Prepare for an attack from the south.
Okay. Oh my god, which one should I grab? I see there's that blue one. Oh no. I always get the purple. I always get that one purple chest. But I'm over here trying to collect my resources and trying to craft so I could get better weapons. And I know what kind of weapon I need is in better AR. Three llamas. Loot llama, who cares? You're my loot llama. Trying to get some stuff. Growth llama. Who cares? Down with monsters, okay. And got one more. Who cares? Who cares? Dang it. Yeah, okay. You are. Because I now have a blue hunting rifle blueprint. Which I want to craft right now. But I don't think I have enough things though. Like enough resources. Can I craft it? No. And also I already got plenty of shotguns. Both of them seems pretty lame to me. So both of them not gonna be my choice of survival. Well, maybe actually the Outlander could go search for stuff with the ninja, but the ninja would stay from a distance and just go and attack when need to, so I'll choose both. So yeah, technically the Outlander is bait. Technically. That is what I'm basically saying.
Instead, there's a unique name.
There we go.
Aleph Null. Aleph is the first.
This is how to count past infinity.
And Aleph Null is the first smallest infinity. It's how many natural numbers there are. It's also how many even numbers there are. How many odd numbers there are.
Let's do something else since they're not even gonna watch.
get clobbered by a monster squall. We've got 20 minutes to evacuate the survivors. Good luck.
I really can't leave without it. It's somewhere nearby.
Check your map for the location of the medkit.
Sharp blade, sharp focus, smart.
Including arguably the most famous of them all, Hill. But in recent years, many have questioned what the origins of his character are. For centuries, people around the world have been spreading urban legends and creepy myths to one another. Whether you'd like to call them campfire stories or something else, they're usually passed down so many times that no one is quite sure who came up with them in the first place. In more recent times, the internet has been plagued with myths and rumors that are essentially impossible to verify. So it's no surprise that it became the breeding ground for fictitious horror stories attempting to shock
Everyone is in love, but no one is in love with anyone who loves them back. My faith has been sent back to middle school and no one understands why. So, I think we might be doing some others, but I'm finding out this is a whole face. So you know, not for fun. So let's try not to enjoy this thing.
Able to really leave an impact on the reader's mind. Arguably, one of the most famous of these is Jeff the Killer, known predominantly for its dressed-up face and maniacal smile. While Jeff the Killer went viral in 2012, what many do not know is that the story that made him infamous had been written nearly a year beforehand. Talking in at around 4,300 words, the story claims that the reason Jeff has a now iconic appearance is because Williams had written that fire and burnt out its skin out. This story is possibly the most well-known, as it popularized the phrase "go to sleep," and caught users' attention by disguising its introduction as if it was a legitimate news source. While I will not be reading this incarnation of Jeff the Killer's backstory verbatim, I would like to give at least a brief summary of it. The story begins with a supposed excerpt from a local newspaper, stating that an ominous unknown killer was still on the loose. In the article, they interviewed one survivor of the killer's attack who recounted waking up in the middle of the night noticing that his window had been reopened. Suspicious, he closed them again and went back to bed, before seeing a mysterious figure hiding behind the curtains. He had bright, illuminating eyes and a horrendous smile. The figure then pulled out a knife and lunged at the After a bit of scuffling, neighbors began alerting authorities of the situation and the killer ran away. He escaped through the back of the house. And the article ended with a message asking if anyone has any information about this man, they should alert authorities immediately. The tale then transitions into a backstory for the killer of the 13-year-old, Jeff. He had just moved into a new neighborhood with his family as his father had received a promotion at work. At first, Jeff and his brother were happy about the new location. Their new house was a considerable upgrade compared to their old one. Quickly, however, things started turning for the worse as Jeff was forced to attend their neighbor's son's birthday party after being introduced. The day after that was Jeff's first day at his new school. When he and his brother exit from the school bus, they are approached and robbed by 3 neighborhood bullies wielding a knife. Jeff decides to stand up against them after they take his brother's wallet and ends up fighting the bullies. He wins, although ends up running home in hopes of nothing happening. While Jeff was at first very proud about what he had done, the next morning police decided to visit and claimed that it was Jeff who initiated the conflict. They stated that he assaulted the 3 children with a knife and that they were found with multiple stab wounds. While Jeff wanted to admit guilt for the attacks out of defeat, his brother jumped in at the last second to save Jeff and was sent to the juvenile detention center. Despite the now very obvious conflict between Jeff and the neighborhood bullies, Jeff's mother insisted that he still attend Billy's birthday party. His justification was that he put well in the mood. This was not the case. Once they saw that Jeff was attending the party, the 3 bullies from earlier dropped in for revenge, now armed with firearms. They held the rest of the party's attendees at gunpoint, demanding that they not interrupt their rematch against Jeff. After a bit of back and forth fighting, a dangerous mixture of bleaching vodka was thrown into the mix, ending up covering Jeff's face in alcohol. The bullies took note of this and decided to set him on fire. a move that left Jeff in the hospital. Because his face was permanently damaged from the attack, he was forced to undergo a dangerous surgery that could both result in his death and require that his appearance be completely redone. Although he survived, his new look after the operation horrified his family, and the realization of what he would look like for the rest of his life caused Jeff to begin losing his sanity. As Jeff descended into madness, he carved a permanent smile into his face with a knife and then murdered his family. The last to be killed was his brother, who was in bed when Jeff told him the infamous catchphrase, "Go to sleep." While many people have heard of this internet urban legend, or have at least seen the image, not many of them think about how much the character has been shaped and transformed over the years by creepypasta's pass-it-on nature. Because of this, it gets very confusing to pinpoint a definitive origin for certain characters, and Jeff is no exception, with many wondering who crafted this story and the picture that goes along with it. The starting point of the search for many began with the since taken down video titled Jeff the Killer Original Story, uploaded on October 3rd, 2008 by the uploader Skeptic. This individual claimed that he was Jeff the Killer and that all the other stories about him were fake. He asserted that he had simply fallen into a gallon of acid while attempting to clean out his bathtub. This video seemed to be what sparked the widespread usage of the photograph, as it was very popular at the time of its release. Using a bit of cross-referencing, fans were able to find another account that the uploader had used prior to the video. It was on Newgrounds under the pseudonym Killer Jeff and had been active 2 months before the video's release. This is when he would first post the image of Jeff the Killer on Newgrounds, claiming that he had found it on Encyclopedia Dramatica. The background story he gave at the time was much different than the one seen in the video. He made Jeff out to be a Bloody Mary-esque ghost game where he would sit in a closet cross-legged and repeat, "He's in here with me," 3 times. After you did this, he'd supposedly appear. On September 12th, Cecil posted an early revision of the Jeff the Killer face, showcasing a much more silly-looking figure. Notably, this version of the photo had been flipped horizontally and lacked some reshading. So this explains the origin of Jeff, right? Well, maybe not. In August of 2013, while users on 4chan's paranormal board had begun doing their own research into the image, they managed to attract attention from news sites such as the Daily Darn Gizmondo for some of their findings. Posters who had claimed to be on 4chan in 2008 during the time of the image's creation claimed that the Jeff the Killer image had an even more sinister undertone than many believed. In fact, many stated that it was actually responsible for the suicide of a young woman. Let me explain. Allegedly, in the fall of 2008, a woman named Katie Robinson posted a photo of herself in a closet on 4chan's random image board. She was bullied relentlessly by users for her weight, and the thread was filled with photoshopped spoofs and parodies of her picture. Because she was already in a bad place emotionally, this was all too much for her to handle, and she apparently committed suicide afterward. Some now claim that that Jeff the Killer image was actually one of those parodied pictures of her in that thread. For proof, one person uploaded a screenshot that was supposedly from 4chan in 2008 that said, "Yesterday I found my sister in her room, crying her eyes out. I asked her why she was feeling down, and she said it was because she was fat. I became furious, demanding she tell me who was making fun of her. Instead, she posted her picture on a website called 4chan.org. She continued to say that this website made fun of her and posted shots of her image. This story is very controversial due to its implications and seemingly had no basis in reality. Not only that, but it's impossible to verify whether or not it's actually true. For one, there are no 4chan archives that are able to go back far enough to see when this screenshot had been taken. And two, since the creator said that the image had originated from Encyclopedia Dramatica, the backstory was totally in the realm of possibility. It would take more digging to try to find the truth.
In today's digital world, the use of video is a vital part of communicating with any business, whether it's for presentations, training, product demonstrations, or any other use. Traditional production takes too much time and your audience wants content now. The solution? Eliminating post-production compositing and editing with real-time virtual set technology. Now in this example, we're standing in our green screen studio, but we've embedded a presentation into our virtual set. This is a great way to interact with your slides and capture your content, all in real time. And the best part is you get a finished product in 4K.
Once new leads stopped coming in late 2013, the hype around the search began dying down. Many fans simply accepted the harsh reality of the situation. That is, until December 11, 2015, when YouTuber named Scare Theater was able to score an interview with Chester, the creator of Jeff the Killer. In the video, he explains that the photo had been made using a white latex mask with blinking plastic eyes, and dismissed the Katie Robinson rumor, stating he had no idea where it came from. While many remain skeptical, others have chosen to believe him for the time being because no relevant news articles during the image's time frame have ever resurfaced. On the other hand, this happened almost a decade ago when not all news articles were posted online. Also, I was not able to find anyone who could trace back a different origin of the supposed picture of Katie. Because there is no way to prove whether or not Cesar is telling the truth, no one is sure if there is actually a real-life death attached to this image. The notion of there being an even darker truth of such an iconic internet horror figure is a very interesting, although threatening idea. Well, there you have a little bit more information on Jeff the Killer, and while not all of our questions have been answered, the story is still pretty interesting. So until next time, thank you for watching.
Unknown killer still at large. Who's that killer everyone speaks of? Ted Bundy? Now you're kidding. This is how I became the world's most ugliest and infamous legend in all of meme history. It's Jeff the Killer, home dog. Anyway, my origin story doesn't start with me. Just some little runt who bravely tells the public how he survived old Jeffrey Wood. Well, for your information, Bob, it's Jeff the Killer, not Jeff Woods, not Jeff Keaton, not Jeffrey, Jeffy Weffy, or Jeff J. Get the facts straight, alright? I'm getting a little off topic here, Me and my deadbeat family were moving into a fancy new neighborhood. Honestly, this neighborhood's a curse. And of course, Barbara from across the street invited us to her son's birthday. Yeah, Mom doesn't think about her choices, who the heck consider a bitch she is. I laid there on my bed feeling kind of weird, but weird's my special. The next day I felt even weirder. Call me weird, but saying normal would upset me more. Oh joys, waiting for the bus to leave. My favorite hobby. And that feeling was back for more. It was hungry and stronger than ever before. Hey, right. Surprise! The kid defeated gravity by jumping over our heads. What a sight for sore eyes. Such talent, much wax. I am shook from absolute awe and... Now look at here, the terrible trio of the Three Stooges. These guys are the same age as me, and they're eyesore, let's be honest. Randy, Keith, and Phil. Oh boy. Lou and I had to pay the penalty for giving up my bus fare. But Lou defended our corner. Apparently knives were the only way to get lunch. It's the same gesture. Anyone else got any bright ideas? No, well they took Lou's wallet and triggered that weird feeling again. And it wasn't just puberty this time. I threatened Randy if he revealed his knife, so I popped his nose. The sensation rushed through my veins as I broke poor Randy's weak little wrist, breaking it as a splintering bone satisfied my eardrums. I grabbed his knife and evaded the other kids, threw, stabbed, punched, yada yada yada, same old shit, pretty much like a fighting game, right? After that, we flew the coop. The feeling was more than strange. Here's the thing. A day later, the pigs were at my parents' door. Mom wasn't too proud for my stupid brother going to self. I allegedly cried, admitting my mistake. But I'm not a witch, I swear. They don't call me killer for nothing. Anyway, my parents were deep in shock and guilt was written all over my face. Well, the past few days have been nothing but hell for me. Saturday was the day of my fucking kid's birthday. Worst part, we were supposed to go to that Fazbear pizza place, but they ended up just having it in the kid's backyard. Apparently there was some dangers with the animatronics. Oh, and it wasn't a birthday party. It was a fancy dress party.
5 minutes left.
Well, which is it? Because either way, I'm on costume one way. Here I am, dressed in my signature white hoodie. Bam! Very elegant. Fast forward time, and we ended up in Barbara and Billy's house with this ridiculous cesspit of gremlins shooting at one another. Yeah. Pew, pew, pew. This ain't Fortnite, though. Just an innocent game of Wild West. Admittedly, actually felt sort of... However, that abruptly
just received the following
Randy
lawful
tried to
memorandum.
sneeze it over the wall.
Immigration still taking confined
How the hell did they
Coward in fear,
basically track
we be coming for your treasures. Yours is in plunder.
naturally
Blake
sit up
and
and
Keel
catch
Hall.
regrets the
Pirates and launch.
Here we are.
This is
Why didn't they
closest
do
to you.
By that,
no, we are in terrible
where
danger,
the fuck did they get a hold of a gun anyway? Walmart? Well, anyway, this just escalated into a bloody fight from a damn dive. I got stabbed in the shoulder, kicked in the face, and thrown around by a walking tub of lard. It was a blood-stained mess. And finally, cracked. A bottle of vodka.
Win-win.
Just they got smashed over my head.
Keep up, good work.
But that technically would have killed me anyway. But my story wouldn't make sense to anyone with an IQ of 7. In the span of a few minutes, a birthday party turned into...
I'm sure most of you watching this video
Have a great day.
In 2015.
Welcome to a new From My Life video. Jeff the Killer is the protagonist of one of the most famous crazy
Danger.
He was born after the appearance in forums of a disturbing picture in 2008. This creepypasta is a short horror story collected and shared on the internet intended to scare or disturb readers. The name comes from the word copypasta, which is used to describe how busy stories are copied and pasted by users in discussion forums. Even though the real origin of the story is unknown, a lot of people believe it started in 4chan, one of the most famous and biggest forums on the internet. There, a little girl called Katie Robinson shared a picture of herself in her bedroom. It didn't take long for offensive comments to appear, accusing her because of her weight, etc. This girl ended up committing suicide because of the bullying she suffered. It is said that this picture was only used to inspire the terrifying image of right away. After all of this, the snowball effect did its work. The story started growing and growing. They started speculating that the suffered bullying at school. As a teenager, he moved to a different village with his family. There, he was attacked by 3 boys who tried to rob him, but Jess, under an uncontrollable rage, brutally beat them up. His brother Liu, who was with him, was convicted and jailed. Sometime after this, when things were starting to go back to normal, Jeff was invited to Surprisingly, the boys who tried to rob him showed up looking for revenge. Jeff kills 2 of them, but the third one covers him up with bleach and alcohol and sets him up on fire. After the attack, he starts losing his mind. He burns his eyelids so he can see his face every time he looks in the mirror, and he cuts his cheeks so he always looks like he's smiling. He finds himself beautiful. His mother went to the bathroom following the sounds Jeff was making and looked at him completely transformed. Scared, she runs to her room looking for her husband and telling him to grab his shotgun. Jeff, before they could do anything, stabs them to death. Shortly after, he does the same to his brother Liu. And this is how the story of Jeff the Killer was born, an assassin who enters houses when people are sleeping and takes as many human lives as possible. This creepypasta has derived into several incarnations of Jeff, all of them following the original story, with recurring characters such as Jane the Killer, the nemesis of Jeff. The story, twisted as no other, has become viral and it has been adapted even to a video game. The famous meme still appears on the internet even as avatar pictures for users. Along with his slenderness, Jeff the Killer is one of the most famous characters in the darkest side of the internet.
I can't believe it.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe. See you in the next episode.
Conventional wisdom says you can't make a 400 horsepower sedan. It's also environmentally conscious. We don't follow conventional wisdom.
Welcome to a new Draw My Life video. Welcome to a new Scary Tuesdays special about St. Valentine's Day. Today, we're talking about Jeff the Killer's creepypasta again, and we'll share with you a story we've made up about him and his arch enemy Jane. Hope you like it. The Richardsons were a normal family. They had been in the same neighborhood their whole life. Their house had been passed on from generation to generation. The young Jane Richardson was tired of a quiet life. Always the same story. Nothing exciting ever happened in that town. One day, while she was daydreaming looking out the window, she saw a minivan full of stuff parked at the front of the house opposite the road. Nobody had lived there since old Mr. Johnson died years earlier. New neighbors! She saw a young guy with pale skin and brown hair coming out of the car. He was wearing a t-shirt with black and white stripes. Behind him, she saw another guy, a bit younger. He looked her age. They were pretty cute, actually. Jane, dinner is ready. The next morning, Jane went downstairs for breakfast in her pajamas, and her mother told her the Woods had just moved. They had 2 boys, and they would go to her same high school. Her mom always knew what was going on around them. Jane took longer to get ready that day. She brushed her hair carefully, put on her favorite skirt and knee-high socks. She waited at the door for a couple of minutes to see if the 2 brothers were coming as well. But when she checked the time, she realized she was late, so she left running. When she arrived, Jeff was already there, sitting at the end of the class. He looked sad, looking out the window with lost eyes. She wanted to approach him and talk to him, but the bell rang and the class started. At lunchtime, Jeff didn't move from the chair. Jane wanted to introduce herself, but her friends dragged her into the dining hall. Hey, Michael hasn't invited me to the dance. Can you believe it? Has anybody asked you already? Jane wasn't paying attention to Stacy. She was thinking about the new boy. Hello, are you listening? This is important. Yeah, sorry. I'm sure he'll ask you soon. She didn't want to keep talking about the St. Valentine's dance. She still didn't have a partner to go with. She walked down the hallway. At the end of it, she saw Jeff putting something inside his locker, looking sad. When she went back home after the cheerleaders' practice, it was almost night. It was pouring rain and she didn't have an umbrella. She walked with her black boots, trying not to step in the puddles. But then, when she turned around the corner, she found a violent situation. Jeff was laying on the ground, and his nose and his lips were bleeding. His clothes were soaked and dirty, with mud and blood. Next to him, Randy, Troy, and Jake were trying to find the money in his backpack.
What the fuck is this? He's only got shit in here. We should beat him so he learns to carry valuable things with him. I'm getting wet because of this moron. Let's go home, Randy.
Randy kicked him one last time in the abdomen before they left. Jane ran towards him and helped him get up, holding Jeff's head with her arms. His eyes were closed. It looked like he had fainted. When she looked at his face, Jane thought he was sweet and cleaned the blood from his face. Are you okay? Does it hurt a lot? Jeff half opened his eyes and stared at her. His penetrating look made Jane blush. She felt butterflies inside her tummy, and her heart started beating intensely. The sound of the rain was interrupted by Jeff's soft voice.
I'm better than ever,
he finally said, with a smile on his face. She smiled back at him. He sat up, still dazed, with his hands on the stomach where they had kicked him.
I'm Jeff. Jeff Woods.
I'm Jane, your neighbor. Nice to meet you. Jeffrey Woods is gonna be mine, she thought.
Thanks for your help, Jane. If you need anything, you can ask me for help.
Then, Jane had an idea. She remembered that stupid St. Valentine's dance. The date was getting closer and she still hadn't found anyone to go with. Going alone would be a disaster, and even though she was embarrassed to ask, she gathered all of her courage. "You could come with me to the dance, if you don't have a partner already, of course." Jeff accepted, a bit surprised. After this, they became inseparable. Jane loved being with sweet Jeff. When they were not together, she liked to look at him through the window. The days went by and the night of the dance arrived. Jeff was very handsome with his black suit and his red bow tie. The color matched his pale skin and made him look very attractive. Jane was nervous. She was wearing a red sequin dress and black high-heel shoes. They danced all night as if the rest of the people didn't exist. She was leaning on his shoulder and he was holding her waist, until finally they melted into a magical kiss. Suddenly, Randy and his friends appeared. They took Jeff outside and Jane ran after them. The boys wanted to beat him up. Jeff got furious and a sadistic smiling look appeared on his face. He ended up killing 2 of them. Randy, scared, spread alcohol and bleach around him and set him up on fire. Jane felt helpless with the whole situation. She grabbed her phone and called the police right before she passed out. She woke up at the hospital with her parents and she asked, "What happened? Is Jeff all right? Don't ever talk to that kid again. We forbid you from seeing him again," her mom said. "But Mom, Jeff is special. You don't understand." "Enough, Jane. This is the end of the conversation." Jane, not listening to her parents, escaped and looked for him in every room of the hospital. She found him with a bandage around his head. "What happened to your beautiful face?" But it didn't matter what Jeff looked like now. She was still looking. Once recovered, they went back home. Even though Jane was banned from talking to him, she continued watching him through the window, and she realized he was acting weirder and weirder. It's like it's not him anymore. That terrifying smile never leaves his face. Maybe he forgot about me. One downstairs and found a note in the kitchen that said,
"I haven't forgot about you. Nobody will take us apart."
Jane, scared, grabbed a sharp knife. She went to the dining room where she found her parents sitting at the table, dead, and a terrible, disfigured Jeff waiting for her. His hair used to be brown but was now black. His eyelids were burned, his mouth cut, and he had the same sadistic look he had when he fought with Randy. Jane screamed, disconsolate.
"Look who has finally woken up. Why that face, Jane? They have to go to sleep. Don't worry. I'll make you look as beautiful as me."
"What do you do, Jeff? Are you crazy? How could you? I will kill you, whatever it takes." Jeff wasn't sweet Jeff anymore. He had turned into Jeff the Killer. He spread gasoline and bleach around Jane and set the house on fire. When Jane woke up, she was at the hospital again. Her head hurt. A nurse told her her family had been killed during the fire. When she looked at herself in the mirror, she got frightened. Her face was completely burnt. Later, Jane got a package with a mask inside, a bunch of black roses and a sharp knife. There was also a note.
"Jane, I'm sorry you don't look as beautiful as me, but now we will be together eternally."
From that day on, she swore she'd take revenge on the treason of killing her family. How dare that damned Jeff take her loved ones from her? Jane's motto is the contrary of Jeff's. Don't go to sleep. To get in the way of Jeff trying to do the same to more innocent victims. However, when the time comes, will Jane be capable of getting rid of the strong feeling she has towards Jeff and perpetrate her revenge? Her best friend, her first love. Will they be together again, or is it just an illusion of the saddest in love? Happy day of love and friendship, TikTokers! We hope you have enjoyed this St. Valentine's special review of the story of Jeff and Jane. We've had a lot of fun creating it. Give us tons of likes if you liked it and want us to make more stories. See you on Thursday with a new video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. If you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode.
When do I get my
Our home is insured.
hoverboard?
All of our cars. Our life is insured, and our liability.
We keep in contact on a pretty regular basis and make sure that they're going to be okay.